Hello, this is Sensor Gambino here with a new stream. In this stream, I'm going to be going over the event week, kind of like month in Red Dead Online. But yeah, this is the one that started way back from January 6th, and it's still ongoing until February 1st. I just have not got to it for a while here because of COVID shit and whatnot. Fucking that dumb virus and stuff. And also, quite frankly, the way this game's being treated, I haven't really wanted to do this stream for a while regardless. But yeah, before I go into benefits section here, hashtag save Red Dead Online. It is in dire need kind of a new content, I would say. I think it's been like 6 to 7 months since the last actual full DLC. It's pretty sad and whatnot, but yeah. Anyways, here for the benefits section. Bonus rewards on a Land of Opportunities missions until February 1st. That's the 2 times money, XP, and gold that I put on the title there, but yeah. The Land of Opportunity missions, those are basically like the story missions that are in the game, since obviously it's probably been a long while since pretty much anybody really played them. But yeah, they're like full-on story missions with like cutscenes and stuff like that, so because of that, in my opinion, the replayability, unfortunately, is very low, and it does require going into separate lobbies and stuff. They are not missions that you can just straight up do in the free mode of the game, which tends to be the more worthwhile things to do, I would say. But yeah, I believe the first time around when you first do them, obviously there's like a money bonus for like the first time you do them, obviously, to go on with the like story and whatnot. But subsequent playthroughs just not really all that worth it, even with the double money. I imagine the XP isn't necessarily all that great. XP for like story mission kind of things, like contact missions and GTA Online is pretty good, but I wouldn't really necessarily expect that to be the case for Red Dead Online. They're probably better off just doing collectibles, I would imagine, if you want XP normally. However, the gold on double could be pretty nice, because I think it's the only opportunity right now that has like a gold increase at all, so that's pretty nice there. Apparently, if you complete the finale, Destroyed by Grief before February 1st, it will get you an offer for 5 gold bars off the butcher table, collector's bag, moonshine shack, simple kit, or either bounty hunter license, the regular or the prestigious. So for the butcher table and the collector's bag, same with both bounty hunter licenses, you will be saving 33.3% off of those, since they're 15 gold. Moonshine Shack and this natural sample kit, though, those are 25 gold, so you'll actually be getting 20% off discount. So if you want better savings, go for Butcher Table, Collector Bag, or either Bounty Hunter License. But if you don't care much about the savings, then yeah, Moonshine Shack and the natural sample kit can be quite nice. Little rundown of each of the roles. For the trader business, in my opinion, the trader business is kind of one of the lesser worthwhile roles, in my opinion. Trader business, you gotta be very dedicated with it, getting like the materials and stuff like that. Like, yeah, if you get like the naturalist, like legendary animal, like samples, and you give this stuff to like Gus for like the skins and stuff for the legendary animals, then you can kind of fork those over to like crypts whenever you find them and whatnot. So over time, if you do like a lot of naturalists, it can be pretty worth doing trader with the legendary animals. But if you go for like normal animals, it's not really too worth it, I would say, for the trader. Like, yeah, it can make you a lot of money, but still can other roles, and other roles are a lot more efficient for making money, I would say, in terms of like the time it takes to do them and whatnot. So in my opinion, trader's kind of one of the lesser roles. So I would kind of not really spend the 5 gold towards that, if for any reason anyone has yet to get a butcher table. 5 gold bars off the collector's bag. In my opinion, the collector is the best role in the game. If you got that metal detector, you can basically have it out at any time you're not in like a combat situation. Metal detector will give you an easy way of finding like a lot of the different underground collectibles as long as you're within a certain proximity. So literally, as long as you use like the metal detector in like any non-combat situation, the metal detector with the collector's bag will definitely be so worthwhile. So yeah, collector's bag is the best money roll in my opinion. Moonshine Shack, I would say is a more average roll in my opinion. I say the Moonshine Shack is kind of better than the Trader, I would say, because you just have to have like certain ingredients for like the Moonshine. And then you just gotta wait like a good bit or something before it's all prepared and whatnot. I don't think it has anywhere near as much like dedication that you need to have towards the roll, like the Butcher Table and the Trader, for example. So I say Moonshine Shack's kind of a better money-making one than the Trader. At least in terms of like the efficiency of the rolls, I would say. But still, if I were to choose between Collector or Moonshine Shack for money, I would definitely say the Collector with the Collector's bag. Sample Kit with the Naturalist. You can make some good money over a long term with the Naturalist roll. I think it's a longer term money roll than the Collector, for example. In a way, Naturalist is kind of similar to Collector if you get like the whole like catalogs of like certain animals and whatnot. So like if you get like a whole legendary animal like set like fully stamped and whatnot, for example, I think you can sell like a full legendary animal set for like $700, I think, for the Naturalist roll, for example. So yeah, in the long term you can make some serious money with the Naturalist, but if you want to make like quicker money that's practically around, it's good. If not, like, I don't know, it's still pretty easy good money with the Collector, whether you sell just one collectible or if you sell whole sets. Yeah, I would still say Collector's the king of making money, even with the sample kit into account. But yeah, definitely don't. But yeah, with the Naturalist, definitely don't think it's just like getting skins from Gus and like selling samples that don't necessarily sell for much for Harriet. It is kind of like the Collector roll where you can get the whole sets, like legendary animal stamps and like even normal animal stuff as well, but obviously won't give as much money. And yeah, the bounty hunter licenses, especially the regular one, obviously, because you need it to even do bounty hunter in the first place. Regular license is pretty good. Because, yeah, the bounty missions, bounty hunter's the only role where you can really make gold with the actual, like, role at hand, not counting, like, free mode event kind of stuff that isn't really all that worth doing necessarily in the first place. So bounty hunter is the gold making opportunity for the different like roles. So regular license, totally worth it. Prestigious license adds a couple legendary bounties that you can't do with a regular license, which isn't really all that worth doing, I imagine, because I believe those legendary bounties pay out the same as the ones from the regular license. There's the infamous bounties, which can give you some decent-ish money if you complete the whole set of first time around. And there's like a $75 like bonus per infamous like bounty set, which is typically like a bunch of like free mode kind of bounties you have to obtain. Typically like 3 of them, and then you can get like a $75 bonus first time completion for like each different bounty board. So yeah, the infamous bounties for the prestigious license is pretty good, in my opinion, for money making. At least the first time around again. And then, yeah, what else? The prestigious bounty hunter license. I'm trying to think. I think there's a... Oh yeah, the Bounty Hunter Experience Award. That's an award in the game where you can get like $100 and then also like a single gold bar when you get like 10,000 Bounty Hunter experience once you hit level 30 with the prestigious Bounty Hunter license. That is pretty worthwhile, in my opinion. Because while you're making gold for the bounty hunter with the traditional missions from the original license, you can put that bounty hunter XP, which is usually for the other roles. Once you max out at 20, the XP is kind of pointless for the roles, but when you have the prestigious bounty hunter license when you're 30, and rank for the bounty hunter, all that XP can go towards gold and money in that case. So pretty worthwhile for both bounty hunter licenses, I would say. So I would say either one of the bounty hunter licenses or the collector's bag are the better of the roles to use that discount on if you want to complete the finale Destroyed by Grief. I imagine obviously that's whether you completed it before or not. So even if you're playing it for like a second or third time, I think you should be able to get that offer, I believe. But yeah. Apparently you can participate in a nominated series and earn an offer, apparently. Participate in a nominated series this week, apparently, to get offer for 30% off a repeater through January 31st. I think like the different things actually changed by week, if I remember correctly. There's definitely some stuff because of it being like a month-long event week that's not going to be on this benefits section. I'll kind of talk about, but yeah. Posse up for even more rewards here on Capitale for January 24th, apparently. Complete any blood money opportunity alongside your persistent posse to receive a reward for 25 Capitale. Yeah, that's enough for like almost 2 whole like opportunity missions, which are like the ultimate like huge missions from the new Blood Money DLC, which those can definitely get you quite some good money, kind of, if I recall correctly. But yeah. Okay, and that's for completing an actual opportunity with a posse, a persistent posse, that is. You might as well, obviously, for that 25 Capitale to be able to get closer to more opportunities. So that's not too bad of one, I would say, if you're willing to go through that effort. And meanwhile, all persistent posse leaders will get the Hell Yeah emote for logging in at any point throughout the event week. So there's a login, like, emote thing, apparently, for the whole event week, essentially. Hunt legendary animals earn split point rifle ammo, 100 rounds of it for January 24th. So it's kind of one of the, like, this is essentially like the weekly stuff on that page, it looks like, for this particular week. But yeah, a lot of it's obviously like month-long stuff, since like January 6th was the start of this event week. I'm just now obviously getting to it though, obviously. Since it was such a long event week, I figured I might as well just wait on it. We had double money and XP for gang hideouts until February 1st here. We had gang hideouts, double money, and XP. I want to say these are like the new like free mode gang hideouts that they added with the blood money opportunity, with the blood money DLC or whatever. I'm not sure if it's the gang hideouts from like day 1 of the game. There's like a gang hideout kind of thing from day 1 of the game, but this kind of seems to be talking about something from blood money here. But yeah, I doubt the money is really that worth it, and I really kind of highly doubt the XP is pretty worth it. But unlike Land of Opportunities, it is the free mode thing, so it is probably kind of one of the better things for the like month-long event week. And yeah, increased chances for that Capitale, for better opportunities to get towards the opportunity missions. This one here, this one's pretty lame in my opinion, but yeah. Defend townsfolk and call to arms for 3 times ability card XP. Now, obviously with the name, I expect the ability card XP is completely separate from the regular XP. But still, if you do manage to complete that whole 10 ways to call to arms, that is a good amount of regular XP, even without the opportunity, I believe. Because I want to say the XP might have been like 9,000 on triple for like, so you might still get like 2,000, 3,000 if you could manage a whole like 10 ways for the regular XP. But yeah, if you really need to level up those ability cards for any reason, the Call to Arms is a very good option for basically the whole month-long event week since January 6th. But yeah, in my opinion, just for the ability card XP, since that's the only thing going on with it, not worth it, quite frankly, just for that. I have no clue what's going on in the game right now, it's like a mission thing or something, but whatever. Because I know I'm getting shot randomly here and whatnot. But yeah, ability card XP, in my opinion, not all that worth it, because you still gotta pay for like the upgrades and stuff on the ability cards, and I think the upgrades for certain ability cards can be upwards of like $200 and $300 on like the last upgrades in particular. So yeah, the upgrades are quite costly, so if you have the money, it could be quite worth it, but I don't know, I wouldn't really go for leveling up all your different ability cards. I wouldn't really say that's something that's worth doing in this game, quite frankly. Especially when the upgrades are like $200 and $300. But yeah. Armor up for your new adventures with waived rank requirements on Unstocked Weapons. So basically, the Lancaster repeater, the double action revolver, and then the semi-auto shotgun, those rank requirements are waived at the moment. Now I know the Carcano rifle I think is the highest like rank for a weapon, which I think is like rank 50, so the ranks are probably not that bad, I would say. But for you lower levels, it's definitely easier to get those couple weapons there. Lancaster repeater and double action revolver, in my opinion, aren't really too worth it though. Okay, I have actually no clue what's going on there. I know there's like dots on the map there, but like it wasn't like that till like the first like couple minutes of the stream or something, and I finally get going within like the first like almost 20 minutes. Weird. Okay, hopefully nothing that's distracting will happen now. But yeah, semi-auto shotgun, in my opinion, could probably be the most worthwhile of those rank-required weapons there. Because the Lancaster repeater, in my opinion, it's not really too worth getting that one, because in my opinion, the Evans repeater with like the 26 ammo capacity is pretty worthwhile, and probably the best repeater to get in the game. Double action revolver, and in my opinion, the revolvers aren't the most useful weapon in the game. I think repeaters tend to be the most useful weapons in the game. There's almost never a moment, in my opinion, where like a sidearms are really all that useful. And even then, maybe something like a Schofield revolver or like the Lamont revolver even has like the shotgun like slug that the Lamont revolvers can have. In my opinion, the Lamont revolver or Schofield revolver is better revolvers. And me personally, I don't really tend to use shotguns, but I imagine the semi-auto shotgun can be one of the better ones. So I want to say if there is one that's worth getting for those waived rank required weapons, it is probably the semi-auto shotgun. And yeah, there's only a couple discounts I think this week, but yeah. Dakota and Mustang horses are 30% off. And apparently completing a 3-day challenge streak will get you a reward, apparently. But yeah, Dakota, I'm not really too sure actually if the Nakotas are really not good. I don't know if the Nakota is like a roll horse, or if the Nakotas are like regular horses. Because if the Nakotas are like regular horses, they're not tactic like a roll or something, then yeah, the Nakotas most definitely aren't pretty good horses. But those Mustangs are some of the best horses in the game. The couple Mustangs at like the way bottom of the list in like the stable, those can max out at like 10 health and then 10 like stamina or something. In fact, the horse that I typically use is a Mustang, so I can show that off actually. And yeah, obtaining a 3-day roll challenge streak for any roll will get you the Newer Dakota saddle apparently. I'm assuming that's one that you can just get at the stable. I would imagine it's not like some highly exclusive stable. I don't really care to do that, especially when there's like, especially with this event month in the game essentially. Again, hashtag save Red Dead Online. That's a huge thing that's basically been happening since this event week started essentially. And I agree, Red Dead Online doesn't need saving, honestly. Because GTA is getting all kinds of attention and stuff, but Red Dead's basically being left for dead. Which is funny, given the name, that they're taking it quite literally at this point. But yeah, Saber Turbo here, this is my, like, Mustang here. If you get it all the way bonded to, like, a level 4, it actually has a maximum of 10 for, like, the ring around the stamina and, like, the horse health. So the Mustangs, especially the last couple Mustangs down on the list, for the list of Mustangs in the stable, those are some of the better horses you can get in the game. So the Mustang discount for those horses is pretty worth it. So I definitely want some of the better horses with those Mustangs, so the Mustang discount pretty damn good. And returning limited time and discounted clothing. Visit Taylor's Browse catalog, obviously. But yeah, some of the time limited clothing right now seems to be the Irwin coat, Salter shoes, Cossack hat, furred gloves, darn stockings, tied pants, and then fanned stovepipe hat. And then all hats are also 30% off. So 30% off hats, and then 30% off a couple different horses, and I think there's also a discount with like creating a character or something like that, but it doesn't seem to be on this like benefits section, I believe. But yeah, I think earlier in this event week it was basically the same Prime Gaming stuff, but it seems the Prime Gaming stuff actually changed. And that's the one thing Red Dead actually gets better than GTA is the Prime Gaming stuff. They still try with the Prime Gaming stuff. It's not like measly $100,000 anymore, like it is in GTA. Literally in GTA, Prime Gaming is just $100,000 every week at this point. It's pretty sad for GTA, and that Prime Gaming is literally only $100,000 in that game. So the one thing Red Dead gets better, actually, is the Prime Gaming benefits. That's the one thing they don't neglect when it comes to Red Dead. But yeah, apparently until the end of February, you'll basically get free select pants. So you basically choose the pants that you can get, essentially. So that means not every pants you can get for free, essentially. It's only certain ones. And then 30% off an Arabian horse. And the Arabian horses, those are actually the only superior horses in the game, so the Arabian horses do have a pretty unique classing when it comes to the horses. But the Arabian horses, with the addition of like some roll horses and then like some of the later additions for like the Mustang horses that I believe happened around like the Bounty Hunter expansion, such as like the one that I ride that has like the 10 health and like stamina for the horse. The stats on the Arabian horses aren't really that great anymore, given some of the like roll horse editions, and then also like some of the couple later like Mustang editions, as I mentioned earlier. I believe the best stat Arabian horse actually costs gold bars, and you don't actually get discounts on the gold bars. It's only like the ones that cost money. The two Arabian horses that cost money are not as good as the like 42 gold bar Arabian horse. And the Arabian horse that costs 42 gold bars that has a 9 horse health and then a 9 horse stamina out of 10. So you're not getting maximum stats on your horse health or stamina, which in my opinion makes it not all that worthwhile for the 30% off the Arabian horses. And I believe the hidden stats aren't really that good. I think it's like the Moonshiner horses. I think it's like the last couple, like Norfolk Roadster, like Moonshine horses that have the best, like, hidden stats. So you're not going to get the best hidden stats, and you're also not going to really get the best, like, visible stats as well. So the horse discount for the Arabian's not really worth it. I've been going this, like, stable here to show off what I'm talking about with the, like, Mustang, by the way, and then some of the other ones here. Might as well. Make sure this game's nowhere near as neglected as Rockstar neglects it. But yeah, these Nakotas just aren't worth getting, because, yeah. The stats you see here, obviously, are for level 1, even though it shows 0, it's the same as 1. That's like a free health and, like, free stamina for, like, all of them here. Wait. Okay, I thought I saw a 10 there. I don't know, that could be an 18 or something, and turns to 12. I don't know. I thought I saw like 10, and then instead it was like 12. I'm like, that's not a discount. What the fuck? But yeah, I think it's 18 to 12 there, but yeah. And even this one that costs gold here with the hidden stats isn't really that good either, necessarily. So because of the mediocre, like, speed and health, I wouldn't really go for it there. For the Nakotas, that's not a good horse discount. Again, these Arabians here with that 30% off offer Prime Gaming. It does not count for the Black Arabian, which is the best Arabian horse here. Which, yeah, level 1 is a 6 health and 6 stamina there, which means it maxes out at 9 with a level 4 bondage. Which, yeah, there are ones that do max out at the full 10 for both, as I've shown off. And the other ones max out like 8 and then like 7 and like 6 for those visible stats. So yeah, the only like superior class horses with the Arabians, not really worth it, like I mentioned. Because yeah, the best one costs gold bars, which isn't even one that counts with the 30% off either. But yeah, hold on, I didn't show off the Mustangs though. I wouldn't go for these ones, obviously. These first 3 I wouldn't go. But 7, 7, 7, 7. But yeah, these last 4 here do max out at the full 10 stamina and 10 health. So any of these last 4 Mustangs are super worth getting. So that's basically the horse discounts. And this is one of those Mustangs, for example, with that 10 stamina, 10 health. And yeah, there's a lot of like other stuff kind of on like the news wire that's not on the benefits section I'll be trying to talk about here, but yeah. I gotta see where I want to be here. I didn't actually show off the featured series yet, so I do not here, I suppose. But yeah, featured series for the week here is the Hardcore Takeover series, which actually I think this one is just for a couple more days. I think it typically changes on like Tuesday, obviously, but yeah. There will be one more after it goes till January 24th, so yeah, basically like a day or 2 left on this one. And I think all of them basically for this event month are basically different like hardcore ones, which means no ability cards and no consumables. Which the no ability cards, that definitely sucks. The ability cards can definitely be quite nice for those like passive ones and whatnot. The consumables, though, I'm not very extra when it comes to like the stuff I use and stuff in PvP and whatnot. Obviously, there's those people that absolutely abuse the consumables, but yeah. For a casual player, not too bad, I would say, and it's actually probably make the modes more fair, aside for the no ability card thing, I suppose. Because not having those passive abilities definitely sucks, I would say. But yeah. All of these different featured modes at 2 times money RP. I'll go over like the history of them for this event like month, because obviously I didn't do it till this late into the event month, but yeah. For those who were curious, January 6th through 10th was a team shootout series hardcore, and there was a play with a persistent posse during that week to receive a reward for 2000 XP, regular XP. There was one a match in that week's featured series for an offer for 30% off any revolver, which obviously, like I mentioned, the matte revolver, if you did get the offer, would be pretty much the best one with that shotgun slug option as well. And completing a standard bounty apparently was the thing they did for January 6th through 10. Standard bounty along with a legendary or infamous bounty would get you a reward for a free ability card, which that one wasn't really that great of an offer, I would say, for back then. For things they did during January 7th, for things they did for the week of January 11th through January 17th for this event month, going into some new like history of the event month that I wasn't here for, obviously. Turn in this week's weekly collection for last week's with the Tennessee whiskey, the Irish whiskey, and the Scotch whiskey, the Mount Nazar. Would get you a treasure map apparently, which that one's actually pretty good. Participating in a round called Arms from the 11th to the 17th with a persistent posse would get you a treasure map for North Tumbleweed. So damn, they actually gave a couple treasure maps in like the previous week of this event month. That's pretty interesting. And then apparently for the week of January 11th to 17th, for the history of this like event month, there was one match in the featured series, which that event week for the 11th to 17th for the event month was Shootout Series Hardcore. One match for January 11th to 17th. In the featured series would get an offer for 30% off a revolver as well, apparently. But again, a secondary revolver I said that would be kind of good and would be the Schofield revolver, from what I heard, is a pretty powerful one. Or I hope maybe even like the Navy revolver or something. And yeah, obviously for the week I mentioned, for this week that I'm doing this stream in the first place, there was the complete ending blood money opportunity that's still going on along with your persistent posse to receive a reward for 25 capitale, which obviously that gets you closer to opportunities, which is quite nice. But does require completing an opportunity with a posse in the first place. Hunt or sample any legendary animal to get 100 rounds of split point rifle ammo again. And yeah, participate in a nominated series for this week or apparently next week as well for a nominated series. Will get you an offer for 30% off a repeater. And yeah, I mentioned with repeater when the Lancaster repeater has that like waived rank requirement. I said the Evans repeater is basically the best one with that huge ammo capacity. I don't go back onto here because I think this would kind of be the best way to explain it, because it's not in the benefits section, obviously, because they kind of changed the benefits section for every week of the event month going on right now. But obviously, when it does happen, it will be Team Gun Rush Hardcore, which will also be a 2 times money and XP, like with all the other ones. So for January 25th until January 31st for the event month, when it comes to Team Gun Rush Hardcore, when that happens in a couple days from now for the event month, Participate in the featured series playlist of a persistent posse to receive a free porter jacket for January 25th to 31st. For January 25th to 31st of the event month, complete a trader or moonshiner sell mission to receive a Benbow jacket. So a couple cosmetics for next week of the event month. And then participate in a nominated series to get offer for 30% off for Peter, which is a repeat, and that's going on right now. So basically next week when it comes to the featured series and stuff, nothing really too worth doing. And that's basically this whole event month, not really too worth bothering with in my opinion. That's pretty sad that they're doing these whole event months to neglect this game over GTA. That's been a game for 8 years now that they've given plenty of attention to. I'm not saying GTA should get no attention, but at least give both games attention. Instead of giving GTA constant attention and then just letting Red Dead literally be dead, as the name suggests there, essentially. Instead of pretending to care about the game, I will actually update the game if you do actually care for it. Instead of doing these month-long events now, as of the last couple months. The December one I was kind of fine with, because obviously there was a holiday call to arms, so at least there was an actual edition throughout the month. But this whole event month, I think they're basically saying they're neglecting this game at this point, literally. And yeah, there's other videos and stuff out there to explain it better, and I probably could, but yeah. Alright, just a couple other things that are kind of worth mentioning that aren't on the benefits section and whatnot. Probably leave it on the benefits section here because I don't really know how to explain this one. I don't know, maybe I could go in the catalog to kind of show it off a little bit. But yeah, there's some free provisions apparently right now. Some of them I think are in the catalog essentially. Not necessarily all of them, not the satchel, but the catalog here. Not tonics here, the provisions. But yeah, some of these provisions here are completely free, which is nice for, for example, I can get max carried there entirely for free. I can just keep getting 40, 40, and 19 there, damn, and just got 100 for free. So yeah, might as well do it, I guess. But yeah, certain free provisions, totally an amazing discount here. 40, 40, and 19, so seems like 99 limit here. Interesting. And you can just hold X to bottom maximum, by the way. Pro tip if you just want to quickly take the most advantage of it, kind of. Because obviously some of these ingredients could be used for certain things of moonshine and stuff, so it could actually be kind of worth doing. I don't actually usually do this, but I'll do it, why not? When they do these stupid provision things, I don't really tend to actually bother with it, but I guess I'll do it, why not? And yeah, this one's an X, I can't reset that, unfortunately. Oh damn, I might be able to reset that actually pretty soon. So I guess it could actually be a gold bar method, actually. So you can actually use that as a gold bar method for some 0.40 gold nuggets every time you reset, I guess, the award when it turns gold or something, so that could actually be kind of worth doing, I guess. Literally another whole page here as well. I'll probably get one reset on there, at least maybe two, for all I know. So definitely can actually be kind of worth your time to do this. Given the award and whatnot at this point. And yeah, most likely I won't be using these. I'm mainly just doing it, obviously, to get to, like, 0.40 gold nuggets. Because that's, like, the most worthwhile thing, maybe, of this whole event week, honestly, is the easy, like, gold nuggets you can get, I guess. I'm assuming it will tell me when I can do that. I'm hoping at least. Alright, looks like that might have been all of them there. Like, basically, in kind of 2 whole pages worth. It was tender pork loin, mature Venetian meat, prime beef joint, cheese wedges, salted beef, scarlet pears, fresh peaches, and local carrots, hand-picked corn, and then orchard apples. So a good several provisions that you can get for free there for the event week, which again could be good for like moonshine and stuff. I know like apples are probably used, for example, for certain recipes of moonshine, so there is definitely some uses for it. I want to see that award again. I want to see where it even got to with all of that. Actually, probably didn't max out. I think it had to be 1,000. There was like only 8 different things, I believe. Where would that be even actually here? Alright, doing all that got me to 866, assuming I didn't get any progress on that before, but I probably did. So you could maybe get some easy XP from that. A little bit, not too worth it though, necessarily, but that's a use for it. Aside for like the moonshine kind of thing, like I mentioned, like apples I know are used, for example, and like probably peaches as well. And probably pears, I think, are used for like moonshine and ingredient, like recipe things and stuff. But yeah, there's half off the appearance change for the character creator for the first month of the new year, so basically January 6th to February 1st, 50% off the character creator appearance change. Which wasn't on that benefits section, so that's why I'm mentioning that here. And I don't really think they mentioned it, but all persistent posse fees are also waived until February 1st, so if you need to get some of those persistent posse, like, offers, if you want any of them, then you can do persistent posse fees for free, because there's no cost for it until the end of the event week, essentially. Or not event week, but event month, essentially. But they probably still refer to it as event week, though. And then, yeah. I think that was basically it for the event week. I just gotta go over a weekly collection, which this one will only be for a couple more days, but I might as well show off at least one weekly collection. Okay, yeah, there's a post office here. I almost didn't notice that. I was like, there's gotta be one there, and just not seeing it the greatest.
By the way, your handling of that last job.
Oh, not that, but here. But again, this weekly collection will only be for a couple days, because probably the weekly collection tends to change every single week. Even though they're doing an event month, they do tend to change the weekly collection every week. So this will probably only be for a couple days for this particular one. And yeah, obviously I'm not going to do a stream for like a little tiny like change on like the collector set and whatnot. When most of the event is the same for the whole month, I'm just going to do the one stream for the month. But anyways, witch hunt collection here. This particular one goes for another day, 18 hours and 41 minutes. And then it will change for the final week of the event month as well. And then obviously there's a couple ones before this for this whole entire event month. But yeah, Cardinal Flower here. This one, if you use like some sort of like collector map on your like preferred search engine, such as like Google or something like that, it shouldn't have any sort of problem finding this, as it is an above ground collectible. So you should easily be able to find a Cardinal Flower. Unless it's one of those couple that only spawn at like nighttime, then that could throw it like wrench in it. But for the most part, it should be a very easy one to find. Vulture egg here can be found in a nest, so it might be one of those ones where you have to shoot it out of a nest of like a varmint rifle with the regular rounds, most likely. But yeah, this vulture egg here. Again, this is a above ground collectible, so if you're using some sort of like collector map thing on like your preferred search engine such as Google, it should have absolutely no problem finding this collectible for the day. The hard one to get though for this one will be a splintered arrowhead, because this one's a underground collectible typically, unless it's tied to like the free mode event where it's like in like a animal or something. But yeah, there's like a free mode event where like an arrowhead can be stuck in like an animal. I don't know if the splintered arrowhead can be one of the possibilities. But yeah, this one would definitely be the hardest of them to find. And being an underground collectible, the fact there is an underground collectible, it probably isn't too worth going for this weekly collector set. There's probably definitely better ones earlier in the event month, I would say, for the collector sets. But if you do manage to get a whole weekly collector set, that's like 1,000 to 1,500 like XP you get or something if you manage to do it. So if you have it, definitely turn it in if you want some easy experience to get closer to your treasure maps and whatnot. But yeah, it's definitely not one of the more doable ones, I would say. It's just not the most worth going for that one. And yeah, collection value of $75. It's pretty alright for a weekly collector set, but there are those ones that do get into the triple digits, so yeah. Nothing really all that worth mentioning, I feel, for the weekly collector set, aside for what was already mentioned. But anyways, that will finally be it for this stream for the event week, event month. Sorry this one was a while, but yeah, I did get like COVID at one point, and I still haven't necessarily got fully over it either, but it's nowhere near as bad as it was when I did like my P-Fister Comet S2 stream for the S2 Cabrio when that came out, obviously. That was when it was kind of the worst for me. And yeah, I also, like I mentioned, because they keep neglecting this game with these month-long event weeks now, to where it seems the game's essentially starting to get abandoned at this point. I kind of also didn't want to do it for a while because of that. And yeah, there's other like videos and stuff like that that go into way better detail about what I'm talking about with like the neglect of Reddit Online and whatnot. I definitely very much agree with what is said in like a lot of those videos and stuff. Like, obviously GTA got a whole new update. Typically in December they do updates, obviously, and the fact Reddit didn't get an update, that was pretty ridiculous, quite frankly. They typically always do December updates for both games for the most part. I think people are right to say the game's starting to get neglected, no doubt about that, because it's just traditional Rockstar standards to typically do December updates for both games. I'm not saying that there's no possibility they're working on something huge for Red Dead, but I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it indeed, though. Like how they're not even really doing shit with the trilogy, for example, that they botched and whatnot. So it's like they literally only care about GT Online at this point. Pretty sad, unfortunately. But yeah, sorry for that rant there, but yeah, that will finally be it for this event week, event month. Hope you enjoyed.